As part of staffing power, I advise my clients that they need to do what is commonly called personality profiling, because that has to be part of the process. To be clear, I don't like the term personality profiling. It's got a really negative tone, especially in today's sensitive climate about personality profiling, or even profiling as it is. The word I like better is the term motivational mapping. And motivational mapping is seeking to understand better how you, the applicant or the employee, reacts to the world. How you see it, if you will. And at least, what kind of communication do I have to do to be able to better understand what you are and how you tick and the words you need to hear, that you're better motivated and you fit in better as it goes. The switch of terms from motivational mapping isn't meant to be a game of semantics. It's really more about recognizing that the term fits better because it's all about what motivates us. That's different because we're all wired differently, and it takes a really good application and understanding whatever program you use, because ultimately we don't really want clones of each other. We want to take advantage of the individual people that we are. That said, we all have tendencies, and recognizing those tendencies really early on helps you set up the potential new hire to be successful right out of the gate. And that's why you want to pay attention to what the motivational mapping is really revealing. Know that I'm a partner in Zoom Franchise Company, and we teach our franchises that they need to use this motivational mapping program. And we want to find out more about them just as well as they want to find out about their team members. So we use this program called Flag Pages. Now, we like it because it's online and it's easy. Those are really good things. And it's more importantly, it's easy to understand. It tells us a lot. And I also use this, by the way, with my 7-Power Contractor clients that I use for consulting. The reason I do this is because it not only shows the way that the potential hire sees the world, it also spots those tendencies I was talking about and how they see the world. The new hire likes to hear certain words, and knowing that helps you, the owner or manager, use those words to better motivate them. But here's the trick. It's not about trying to manipulate them. Again, it's all about trying to fit them into your organizational structure, what I call the organizational chart at your company, so where you're hiring. Something I like particularly about this program is it identifies one of these task things, or if you will, tendencies, called task talent. Now, when somebody who's applying for a job has a lot of task talent, that's really good for a technician or an accounting, because an accountant person has to get the job done and get it done right, as does a technician. They really have to be focused on those particular critical jobs. It also identifies people skills, which today techs have to talk. It's not that we don't care about that, but if you're the person who answers the phone, a customer service rep as an example, you need to have a personality and be able to relate and empathize with people. So personality skills is really important, and this is another good thing that this test will indicate. Know that there are really a lot of good motivational mapping programs out there. So I'm not saying this is the only one. And most owners and managers have their own favorites. It's kind of like, if you have a favorite make and model of a car, that's what you tend to stay with, because you understand how it ticks, you know how it works, and you know what to expect from it. So the trick is to really understand whatever program you have so you can better spot trends early and be able to set up whoever you're hiring and bringing on board for success. That's the goal for all of this. The key thing to understand is that all these things and all these programs are able to spot tendencies or trends. They are not absolute truths. And you want to make sure that you understand the difference between the two. So the example I like to use is my best friend and my co-consultant and also a partner in Zoom Train, Ellen Rohr. We have great respect from each other, but we're about as wildly different personality-wise as you can expect. She also works with my 7-Power Contractor. Ellen and I come at the world from a very different perspective, and we interact in a different way. But we have great respect for each other, because we understand how each other ticks and we don't try to rewire one another. We both agree that motivational mapping is not just a good idea, but should be viewed as a must-do. And whenever you're seeking to test drive it, you, owner and manager, have to be willing to be exposing of yourself if you're going to ask for others. So we do this with our franchisees. We do this with my consulting clients. And years ago, we settled on flag pages. It showed us both a lot of where, with these franchises and stuff, how they tick, and we shared how we tick, so that it could be an opportunity to work together and find out. And we did speak to them about tendencies, not trends. So here's two good examples I like to use about motivational mapping in action. And I'm going to use myself, Al, and Ellen to talk about it. So example one is, Ellen knows that I like taking control of things and getting things done. So she'll call me up sometime and say, you know what, this thing has just got me down. It's just so tough. I really can't wrangle it. And I need somebody to get control of it. I really wonder about who could do that. And I go, well, I can. And I put my hand up because why don't you let me tackle it? I'm sure I can get it done. Here's the thing. I know that Ellen loves building community. And she's all about playing a game at work. That's what she loves. So if I want something done, I'll call her up and say, you know, I've got this program I want to roll out, but it's as boring can be, even though it's really, really important, but it is complex. If only there was a more fun way to engage the team and get them to participate and play. And Ellen will immediately say, hey, that's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I bet I can create a game, a fun way to get this rolled out, build a contest maybe, and I'll be off to give it a whirl. We know what each of us is doing to one another, and we don't mind it because we don't see it as manipulative. We just understand that's the best way to make use of our world, and that's what we like to do. So you don't want to miss this chance to use these things, to use them right. Example two is what I consider as absolute truths. My motivational mapping shows that I'm not much for wanting the spotlight or being up on the stage, but here's what you may miss there if you only looked at the flag page. I want results so much, I will do whatever it takes. I will jump on stage and I will make a fool of myself if I need to, but I'm going to get what I want because that serves the end goal, which is getting the results that I want. Now, the truth be told, I'm really pretty good at speaking. Public speaking is something that I've become great at. I've got great reviews and stuff. It's a skill that I learned to do. So for me, seeking the spotlight has to have a reason or a goal. Here's what I'm going to share. Be smart and put this powerful tool to work, and then use it right so everybody at your company wins.